We are in From Kenya to the World. It's the segment where we bring artists from here that have gone out there and artists out there that have come here.
True.
Today we have, would you like to re-intro? You did a little glimpse of...
I did?
Did a little glimpse.
Okay. As I said earlier on, there's a lovely lady, a photographer, who's joined us in studio today. A Rasta. This is where Coco should have been here. But
Exactly.
But
Relax and float.
relax and float. But in studio today, guys, we have Poppy Miyonga. Did I say it right?
You did.
I
There you
did.
go.
Achola, do not forget
Oh,
Achola.
she had to represent like that.
Thanks.
But of course, this is Poppy Miyonga. She's a photographer, and I'm just gonna let you introduce the rest. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm really good. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being here. I was sitting in there being like, I try to not talk to people before they go on, but I'm a really big fan. I am a really big fan.
you.
Your work is beautiful. It's very vast also. So I just like want to hop right in because usually a lot of photographers have specialties. You have portraits, you have landscapes, you have how did you start in one area? And then go wide? Did you have a specialty or?
No, I haven't specialized, and that's why it's all still so mixed. I did travel and I did wildlife a little bit, and I did interior, and then I did weddings and events and portraits.
Awesome.
And I can't decide what I like best, so I think I'll just do everything for now. It's more fun.
Well, when you do everything well, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Take pictures of everything. Take pictures of everything.
How old were you? Sorry.
No, no, it's okay.
I'm excited.
Just
I'm excited.
suggesting.
How old were you when you first picked up a camera?
Properly,
Yeah.
when I was 13, my grandma gave me a camera, and I used to take pictures at all like the birthday parties our friends had, and then I just realised that I really, really enjoyed it, and then I had to get a better camera.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, so that was when I was 16, like when I properly got into it was when I was 16, and then here we are.
That's awesome. I was going to ask about something else, but
Okay, go
it's
ahead.
much later. I was about the Cape Town to Kenya exhibition, but
Yes.
I know that happened a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it
weeks
ends
ago?
tomorrow morning.
It ends tomorrow.
Actually. Yeah.
Nice. And how is that going? And obviously you've been to Cape Town. What do you think about it, and what inspired you to do this?
Well, I've always wanted to travel, and I love photography, and they can go hand in hand.
Definitely.
And it's one of those things, you dream of doing something, and I thought I might as well make my dreams into reality.
Awesome. Cape
Props.
Town is awesome, though. Cape Town is really
I know,
awesome.
Cape Town's beautiful.
And I just wanted to ask, by the way, right now with the way the art world is going, especially with digital art, it's a bigger space, and there's so many different things to experiment with. Would you become more of a digital artist? Would you be interested in graphic design and film and other things in the future, just to have it, more blended?
Yeah, I mean, I find it all really interesting, and obviously when it gets to digital, there's so much you can do, and it's like you take a photo, but then you can do something to it, and it's a completely different image, and that's fascinating. That's always fun. I don't think you could ever get bored of playing around with that. So I definitely would want to explore that more.
It doesn't sound like you get bored of much, especially if you started photographing when you were 16. And I was actually going to go back to.
Well, I'm not that much older than 16.
That's what I mean. I was just
Do
going
your
to say,
thing.
for people that, like you said, like, I just wanted to make my dream into a reality. I think for a lot of people out there, they're like, how? What?
Yeah.
Like, how? Like, how did you decide, I'd love to do an exhibition abroad, especially since this is From Kenya to the World. I think a lot of local artists here, they're very talented, but the idea of having their work exhibited somewhere else, it just feels like it's completely unreachable. How did you go about, how did you go about putting yourself out there and then making an actual brand and audience for yourself?
Just in the exhibition or in general?
I would say the progression of like from here and then
Point A to
moving.
point B.
Yeah.
I mean, the exhibition actually, the photos in the exhibition were never meant to be an exhibition. Like, it was just a dream of traveling and exploring different countries within Africa. But when I got back, people kept saying, these photos are amazing, people need to see them. And that's what inspired me to do the exhibition. So, but in terms of starting out in the first place, it was actually really my mum who sort of said, go for it. Why not? Don't go to college.
On this show. We love supportive moms on this show.
That's really
Love you,
awesome.
mom. Love you, mom.
That's right. That's awesome, Poppy. I want to ask one question.
Go ahead.
Well, another question, but yeah. And that question is, when was the last time you were in Kisumu?
Yes.
Akinyi wants to know, and I want to know too. Just
I was last in Kisumu visiting my grandma in July.
Oh, okay.
July. It was
That's
quite
just a
while
couple of months ago.
Well, yeah.
Taking
Yeah.
any pictures when you were in Kisumu?
Of course, of my
Ah.
grandma in the village.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I want to see those up.
Yeah, I've got one. I have got one up, but it's not on my website. I'll post one later.
Okay.
So what are you
That's
doing
done.
at the moment? Are you doing uni abroad? Are you here?
No, I'm here, building my company more.
Oh.
Yeah, trying to make
awesome.
myself.
So is it
a
just
brand.
you building your company?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is awesome.
I mean, obviously, I have support all around me. I have my
Yeah.
family and I have my friends, so I have
Yeah.
that kind of. It feels like it's not just
Yeah.
me. I'm not on my own, but
Yeah.
as a photographer, I'm on my freelance on
Yeah.
my own. So yeah.
Do you feel there's a community here in Nairobi of different photographers that you feel like you kind of have a connection with?
Yeah, absolutely. And there are photographers who I've worked with and who are friends of mine, which is great. So, yeah, definitely.
That's
Oh,
nice.
All around all the photographers that you have met, some of them being your friends, but to you, what does photography mean to you? Like in your own words, what photography, if you were trying to explain it to a caveman?
Oh gosh.
A caveman.
You know, right here. Yeah, sorry.
I
That was my best impression of a caveman.
It was good.
It was
Try
good.
it.
It
Try
was
it.
good.
Yeah. Thanks.
I don't know. My description is sort of a media where you can freeze a moment forever and keep it as a memory in the form how you would want to remember it. So you have the ability and the power to control that memory and create a memory.
That's interesting. You know,
Yeah.
there's that saying, that old saying that we all hear about it, that when you take a photograph, you capture someone's soul. And I
Yeah.
was going to bring up, because we were talking about how some people get nervous before interviews, say like on camera, on film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you notice that when you're photographing certain people that you've found ways to kind of relax them? Because your photographs are very, like, they feel very candid. They feel very real. They feel almost like in a just real life documentary kind of way. And I'm always wondering, how do photographers get that shot? Because I know when someone turns a camera on me, I become awkward and awful.
change.
Things change. It's just frozen weirdness.
Oh,
How do you get that
Well,
natural feeling?
I think the sort of crucial thing is time. You have to have time to sort of talk to the person beforehand, or if it's just. There are some photos, there's a photo in the exhibition that I took that the person didn't know, and they're actually staring at the camera, but they didn't know I was taking a picture. So
Right.
it's one of those, either you have, if it's a set photo shoot, you have time and you talk to the people I tend to laugh a lot, and that makes people laugh, and then you capture those moments.
Cool.
Or you take it without them noticing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or try and take it.
I just wanted to ask, where do you see your photography maybe in the next even 3 years? You know, how do you think it will evolve? What kind of message you want to send to people? Because right now you're experimenting, and it feels like you're experimenting, and it's
Yeah.
lovely and it's beautiful. But do you have a plan, or what?
Well, no, I wouldn't say I have a plan, but I think I'm gonna end up going towards portraiture because I love photographing people, and that's landscapes are beautiful and they're great to photograph, but people are just ever changing, always interesting.
The landscapes. Very good job.
But see, I also love how you mix landscape and portraiture in a way that is really beautiful. There's an interplay between the environment and the subject.
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of inspiration for like a collection that would come up now that you've had this exhibit?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd put out any collection that would be themed in any kind of way,
Of photos that I've already
Yeah.
taken, or
or that you want to do in the future?
yeah, I mean, that's one thing I'd really love to do is markets. Not just within
So
Kenya,
cool.
but in Africa, because they're amazing.
They
They're
are.
beautiful.
And the colours,
So,
the
yeah,
colours.
it's the colours and the people
Yeah.
and everything. So markets might be a theme, and Ethiopia. That's next on the list. So that's going to be it. Ethiopia is the next one.
So lastly,
I
because
wanna-
I just wanted, because I wanted to say, because you like to travel a lot as well.
Yeah.
And since this is from Kenya to the world, because we're always encouraging people here to reach out, but still be like, I'm from Nairobi, I'm from
Yeah.
Kenya, you know, to really show the world that there's so much here to offer.
Yeah.
When you go abroad, do you notice that people are they like surprised that your high caliber of art comes from here?
No, because I mean I'm half British and half Kenyan,
Yeah.
so
Kisumu.
Yes, representing.
so it's not. It doesn't just come from here.
course.
It comes from there as well. So I think that's that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people are shocked. Not that I've noticed. But I think there's so much talent in
So
Kenya,
much.
so people shouldn't be shocked if they are.
Yeah.
And diaspora.
Yeah.
I want to ask Zech a question. Zech,
Yeah.
since you have tons of pictures taken of you as you DJ and stuff,
Yeah.
just cause Poppy's here, what are your favorite types of photos? You know, the ones that make your cover photos and your profile pictures? Is it black and white? Is it fish lens?
Some research.
What do you, yeah.
I like fish lens. Yeah, but I also take pictures. Huh?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I'm
Tell us
as
now.
talented as her. But yeah, I try to take good pictures, and I like a lot of scenery, landscape.
Okay.
I also like looking at myself in pictures.
Just say it like it is. Say it like it is.
Selfie time.
Yeah.
But Poppy, no party cameras. I mean, party photos. You don't take a ton of photos in the club.
Not in the club.
And
Okay.
yeah, remember
Wait,
the
do you
time,
mean of me or that I take?
No, like in the club, of yourself, of the party, of life in the club. Do you?
Well, I don't
Like
club
nightlife?
that much. I
Okay.
go out once in a while, and then
That
when I
bedtime
do,
life.
why not?
That's good.
But in general, I don't really like photos of myself. I mean,
It's
it's
always
shameless. I can take a
spontaneous.
shameless selfie,
Yeah.
but I can't let someone take a picture of me.
I see.
I was
And
actually
it's
going to
like,
ask you, what,
yeah.
as a photographer, I have a lot of friends that are photographers that
Yeah.
kind of love and hate this new social media life of like
Yeah,
selfies
having
and
to-
filters
yeah.
on cameras because it's kind of made everybody be like, ooh, I'm a photographer. It's
Yeah.
like, no, that's Instagram.
Yeah.
And you just put
Yeah, and
CB
an
on that and
iPhone.
it's mediocre still. But I think like, what is that
Shout
like
out
for
to
you
Instagram.
because you're really focusing, studying and building a company? Does it annoy you? Does it inspire you?
A bit of both, really. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it annoys me because at the end of the day, a photographer is someone who can capture those moments. And even if you take a really clear, beautiful photo with a nice filter on it, it might not be a good photo or a great photo. It might be a good photo, but not a great photo.
Yeah.
And that's that's
difference,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the difference between a photographer and someone who has a nice camera on their phone
Phone.
or something.
Actually, yeah, I want to ask you on capturing moments and stuff.
Yeah.
And I researched this and found out that you covered the African premiere for "I Will Not Be Silenced,"
Oh yeah.
which is all about
That
like
was so
gender
exciting.
equality and women empowerment.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do those things mean to you, and why did you feel that it was important for you to cover that event?
Because it's something, especially in Kenya, it's not really expressed or talked about. So when I got that opportunity, of course, there's wouldn't do
Yeah, that's
anything more
just
than
you
that.
didn't
Yeah,
The
it
UN
was.
is calling.
Yeah, no, I was absolutely fascinated by it as well. I mean, I was meant to be taking photos throughout the documentary, and I ended up sort of watching it and being like, oh yeah, wait, I'm not here to watch, I'm here to work.
Yeah.
So I found it absolutely fascinating, and it was very close to home that I lived in the same house that the lady had lived in, so it was all sort of
Ooh.
all connected.
That's
so
so cool.
yeah, it was close to home.
Cool. That's awesome.
When it comes to good photographs and great photographs, I find your photographs great. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
such a
Thank
blessing.
Yes, thank you for being here with us. And from Kenya to the world, this is to all you guys over there thinking you should be sitting on your bottoms, waiting for something to jump in your
Get
way.
out
Go out
here.
and get
Fanya
it.
kazi,
Go out.
fanya kazi, fanya
Exactly.
kazi.
Make a living out of your passion. I think
that
we
money.
prove that to you week after week by bringing outstanding young people such as Poppy. See, I've blown that CV.
See?
Yeah.
And, awesome, and that's what it is. And from Kenya to the world, guys, I wanna say thank you again.
Thank you,
Zech,
you.
I think
Yo.
you need to stop. You need to step up that camera game,
Yeah.
dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, I actually
Go
do
for
nightlife
it.
photography. Yeah,
Yeah.
like in the clubs, I'll take pictures of people because I
See?
think people want to see how they messed up.